Hello. Today, we're getting a little reflective. All right, so today's video is going to be very casual, probably very chatty. I want to start off by saying I did miss last week's video. I just wasn't creatively in the right space to put a video out, and I didn't want to do anything half-assed, basically. So I just said, we'll skip this week. We'll come back stronger the following week. So here I am. For those of you who expected my video, I apologize. I'm really hoping to be better about it and continue being more consistent with my content. So please bear with me. But as I said, this video is going to be just really casual. We're just going to talk some things through because I've been, as I said in the intro, reflective, and I'd just like to talk it out. So I believe that a lot of my creative funk, if you will, stems from the fact that for probably the past 2.5 months, I have just been going down personal style rabbit holes that have just become quite overwhelming. Just the whole personal style space and talking about it, and everybody's doing their own thing and trends and yada yada yada. And when I started to realize that it was chaotic, there was a lot going on, and I found it overwhelming, I kind of needed to take a step back and figure out why. And the reason that I came up with is that as somebody who is still trying to pinpoint her personal style, looking at other people's personal style isn't helping. People who are farther along in their journey, people who are confident in what they're wearing, how they're wearing it. As great as it is to look at their photos and watch their videos, because don't get me wrong, I can sit down with some snacks and binge somebody's personal style playlist, no problem. Except that it becomes a problem. And it has in the last, like I said, 2.5 months. Looking at other people to find inspiration is great until you realize that you aren't mimicking them. You're trying to basically imprint their personal style as your own, or at least in my case, that's what I realized I was doing. And it started getting really muddied. I felt more at the beginning of this year that I was kind of figuring it out, that I was just on the cusp of kind of solidifying what I considered my personal style. And then I went on this like tangent of just tangent, not the correct word. I went on this inspiration path, and it just really muddied the waters for me. And so I wanted to take this time in this video to kind of pick that apart, and hopefully if anybody else who's watching these videos, or this video in particular, is kind of feeling the same way, maybe some of this will resonate with you. So during this 2.5 month like binging spree, I was just watching so many personal style videos from some of my favorite personal style YouTubers. And then obviously, as YouTube does, it suggests content that is similar to what you've been binging. So I've come across new creators who are thrifters, or who, again, are farther along on their personal style journey. And I just couldn't stop. It was really bad there for a little bit. But I found that with the binging and the scrolling Pinterest and Instagram, that overwhelm hit me really hard, and it became a problem because it started this dissatisfaction that, you know, I needed those things, or I needed to dress the way she's dressing, or it really just started that comparison trap, which we all fall into no matter what. It doesn't matter how far on your personal style journey you are. It hits every now and again. And with social media, there's just so much out there. And as fun as it is to watch, and I'm a nosy person when it comes to people's closets, so I enjoy watching declutters and thrift hauls and all the fun things. But when you're watching it over and over and over and over again, it can really mess you up when all you really want to do is try to figure out what works for you. And so I really needed to kind of step back and, you know, figure out what it is that I want out of all of this. When I took that step back and kind of thought about what it was that I wanted out of my personal style, what do I want my closet to do for me? I kind of just started playing in my closet. I started pulling things that maybe I haven't worn in a while, or sometimes my favorite things. With spring coming, not to say spring is really sprung today, it's kind of dreary. But when you talk about spring coming up and then summer, and all of the lighter colors and the denim and chambray and just lighter washes, it got me a little more excited about getting dressed. And so I just started putting outfits together. I put outfits together that I've worn before, that I really enjoyed, and I think by doing that and starting with my favorite outfits, it just made the process more fun. And I think that's one of the key factors, that no matter where you are on the journey, that it's fun, that you should be enjoying yourself, because at the end of the day, you should be dressing for yourself. Now, as I was putting these outfits together, it's starting to get that spark going again. I started picking up on what I'm going to call intuitive styling, just what I naturally do when I put an outfit together. And I picked up on those little details that I just do naturally. And for example, 99.9% of the time, I am going to roll up my sleeves. And it's usually going to be a button-up that I'm wearing, if not a crew neck sweater. Very rarely a t-shirt, but for the most part, if I'm wearing a long sleeve button-up shirt, I'm going to be rolling up my sleeves. It's just natural. It's just, I automatically do it. When I want to smarten up an outfit, if I'm wearing jeans, I throw on a belt. I gravitate more towards sleeker shoes. I like a pointed toe. These are things, if you've been with me for a few months now, these are things you've heard before. I believe in my personal assessment video and one other, I can't remember, more recent videos, I talked a little bit, or I spoke a little bit about these similar things. And I will link those down below in the description box. But I still, as I said previously, I'm pretty sure in one of those videos, just being more aware of those smaller details is really important, because if you're doing it naturally, instinctively, that's something you need to key in on and not fight so much. And we're going to talk about forcing things here in a little bit. But I definitely have noticed the styling tweaks that I like to do when I'm getting dressed. I prefer more delicate jewelry. As you can see today, I'm toying with a stacked, sorry about the microphone, a stacked necklace situation. And those little tweaks are what is part of my personal style. And it's not just the clothing that we're wearing, it's also how we're wearing it, which you would think I would have picked up by all of those personal style videos that I watched, but who knew, right? And something else that I took note of while I was putting these outfits together is that I put simple outfits together. I don't know what to tell you. It's just really simple silhouettes, simple pieces, nothing flashy, in my opinion. If you've watched any of my videos and you've seen like a more flashy, I don't count the Alexander McQueen lookbook. That was just for fun, okay? Some of those outfits I would wear out, not all of them. So don't use that video. But if you disagree with my simple outfit / flashy outfit, let me know in the comments down below. That would be an interesting conversation. But I like less is more is what I am starting to pick up on for me. And back to the inspiration, I am inspired so much by Karen Britchick here on YouTube, Janae from High Low Lux, Monroe Steele from Monroe Steele NYC. I'm going to link all of their videos down below, or their channels down below, because they just have a passion for fashion that excites me Another person that you might want to check out if you're into, all of these ladies are quite maximalist, and they put really creative outfits together, but B. Jones Style is another YouTuber that you might like if you're kind of into the maximalist way of dressing, or if you just want to see really cool outfits put together. But I'm so inspired by, namely, the three, Karen, Janae, and Monroe, that sometimes I feel like I dress really boring. And I'm coming to terms with the fact that that's okay. Boring or basic, as some people might put it, it's not a bad thing. It really isn't. Ultimately, for me personally, I need to find my North Star. I need to find my guiding light, basically, and stick to that. I already know how I like to style naturally, just intuitively, and I enjoy watching those who have a far more creative eye when it comes to styling and their own personal style. But I need to detach myself from that comparison, because that is just a rabbit hole that I don't want to get stuck in. At the end of the day, as I said, I'm dressing for myself, and I want to be comfortable, and I want to be put together. I tend to gravitate towards more classic pieces. What I'm wearing today is pretty much a testament to that. I have a chambray button-up, and then I'm wearing a pair of lightweight, high-waisted, or light wash, high-waisted denim, and my house shoes. But, you know, I'm in the house, so we're not going to count that. But I have a pretty good idea how I want to dress. And I just get into this really annoying habit of starting to compare myself, especially being in the content creator, personal style sphere. And so I need to find a way to kind of, I don't know, distill or define how I want to dress, so that in the future, when it comes to styling, when it comes to shopping, when I am looking for inspiration, I can use those, or that definition, as my North Star. I have been doing a lot of experimenting. I've been, just jumping in feet first. And in the beginning, it was fun. It was putting new things together, putting new colors together, maybe in ways that I hadn't originally thought. It was fun. But then I started picking up on what I like and what I don't like. And I just need to remember that when February comes around and September in the fashion space, also known as Fashion Month, that the outfits that I am seeing and that I am being inspired by are not necessarily the everyday, even for the people who are putting them on. Those are exaggerations for a specific event that is happening. I feel that February was was kind of tough for me when it came to this personal style journey and trying to figure out what works for me. What I was seeing was really, really cool, but I know it's not me. I know it doesn't fit the way that I see myself, that I want to portray myself. And I just need to keep that in the back of my mind. Yes, I can be inspired by these outfits, but taking that inspiration and integrating it in a way that makes sense to me is what I really need to pay attention to and be honest about. So my tips for you would be, first, ask yourself, what do you want out of your personal style? What is it that made you decide, I want to work on my personal style? Whatever that may be for you. Find out what you want your closet to do for you when it comes to your personal style. And once you have that solid idea, you can work from there. 2, follow your instinct. Pay attention to what you're naturally gravitating towards, because that is going to help you get through this much quicker and much more confidently if you hone in on what you're instinctively gravitating towards. If you don't like button-up shirts and you know that you don't like button-up shirts, you're much more of a t-shirt and jeans kind of person, don't fight it. It's, from my own experience, extremely aggravating to force a look, an idea, a styling trick, whatever the case may be. Forcing it makes everything far more complicated. You, I have no doubt in my mind, know what you like and what you don't like. No doubt in my mind. You just need to trust that. And that is going to help you on this journey probably more than any other bit of advice anybody else can give you. And my third tip would be, when you are looking for inspiration, be careful not to misinterpret that inspiration as comparison. I think it's a big thing that we all have a difficult time separating, and once that comparison trap happens, it starts to eat away that, oh, I need that shirt, I need that dress, I need all of the pieces that are in that outfit. It's more destructive to all of the work that we've put in to our personal style or the work we've done on this journey, that it could take a large chunk out of all of the work that has been done, all of the foundational things that have been set up when we start saying, oh, I need everything in that outfit. I need those sunglasses. I need that purse. I need those shoes. Remember, we want inspiration, not emulation. So I recommend continuing to shop in your closet. I do those videos all the time. It's very helpful. It reminds me of what I like and what I don't need to be buying. And yeah, I think those are the 3 tips that that I would give, and the 3 tips that I'm hoping I will continue to keep in the back of my mind as I continue on my own journey. I did say this was going to be chatty, probably a little bit rambly, but I really just needed to talk it out and figure out what I want to do moving forward. Again, thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you are interested in seeing more lookbooks, styling videos, the occasional thrift haul, consider subscribing. And as always, until next time, I look forward to seeing you. Take care.